In a world of being influenced by social media and marketing and advertising and what other people are doing, and it happens really fast, we're also starting to hear the word de-influencing by a lot of influencers and TikTokers and social media and Instagrammers. A lot of people are starting to use this term de-influence, and I thought, that's interesting. I'm going to go and snag that word, and I want to make a video about de-influencing you from the 3D world and all the stuff that you have been learning that is really just bogging you down and not allowing yourself to receive. That is what we're going to talk about today, because de-influencing ourselves from all of these rules and things that we thought we had to do are complete bullshit. We don't need to do them. And I used to do them too. And I know that I'm like on a little platform here, but I used to do all this stuff too. But man, when you really start to become more aware of who you are, you see all the things that we bought into, the influence that we allowed ourselves to go under, not knowing that they are just our reflections. But that is what we're going to address today. And I'm going to show you the clear difference between being influenced by the 3D and everything even about the manifesting community, and what it feels like and looks like to be influenced by the one and only source within you. So stick with me to the end of the video, because we're going to get into this and we're going to dive deep to get rid of this and get de-influenced. All right. So before we get started, welcome. My name is Rose, and welcome to The Rosey Life, where we help you free your mind and follow your heart to live a life that you love. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, go to TheRoseyLife.com, where you can find different options to work with me. Now, I want to bring this up really quick. A lot of people say, what's the difference between doing I have 30-minute sessions, an hour session, and then 90 days? You can do the 30-minute and 1 hour sessions, are just like if you just want somebody to talk through and work something out with you just one time, or maybe you do it a few times, right? The 90-day session is basically you have me in your back pocket as your BFF, where we meet weekly, but during the week in between sessions, we text and communicate constantly in between sessions. You have me in your back pocket. So it's not just a one and done and I forget about you until you book another session. Oh no, for that time, you have me in your back pocket. So that's what I wanted to make clear. Or if you're interested in joining the Rosey Life course and community, that's a group, and I do show up every Wednesday to answer your questions live, and I get into different topics deeper to really help you guys level up your mind and your awareness, level your awareness, because that's where all the power is. All right, so go to TheRoseyLife.com for any of that information. So I wanted to make this video because I was watching some TikToks. Yes, I do too. Sometimes I watch TikToks, okay? And I was watching these different TikTokers talk about de-influencing, about like cosmetics and beauty trends and all this stuff. It's like, it is literally like overload when you watch these videos, because they're just like fast, 30 seconds to 3 minutes max, and you're being told what's good, what's bad, what you need, what you want, what you don't want. It's like you don't even have time to think on your own, because you're being influenced and told what you need, what you want, what you think, what you should want, what you're missing, what you don't have, and all of these fears come in. And I realized something that is actually happening even in the manifesting community, let's say. Everything, first of all, I want to say, comes from love. Everyone is teaching about the law of assumption, law of attraction, all of the different laws. And I know that all of these wonderful, amazing teachers are coming from a place of love and they're teaching. But why is it that I get a lot of clients, right? And they're telling me they just feel so overwhelmed with different techniques and different things that they feel like they have to change about themselves, or that they have to feel a certain way or think a certain way. It's so overwhelming that they can't even listen to their own voice. And this is where I want to really steer this video about really learning to listen to your own voice. Since I started this channel, my my aim was to help people listen to their own voice and trusting in yourself and trusting in you and listening to your power within. But what happens is that we get so jumbled with videos and reading and techniques and really doing and reading and doing and watching and trying instead of applying. If you worked with me, for those of you who have actually done one-on-one sessions, you know that you've heard this already come from me, right? I ask you to take a break from watching all YouTube videos and all reading instead and take that time to apply all this knowledge that you've learned. Otherwise, you become a consumer and you never operate the power. But you're learning how to operate the power, but you don't operate it. There's a big difference. And I got sucked into that too. I thought the more that I learned, the more that I would study, the more that I would read, the more that I would listen to coaches or get coaching, or that the more that I did that the faster I would get things, and then it would be a guaranteed sure thing. Kind of like going to school, right? You think that the more knowledge that you have, the brighter, the smarter, the more powerful you are, because now you know everything. It's no. First of all, you already know everything. Let's get that out of the gate, that you already know everything. You are infinite intelligence right now. So everything that you think that you are learning, you're just remembering because it's already within you. So anything that you're studying or reading, and that's great. I love reading. I love reading books. And I love seeing different perspectives on the same teachings because it's all teaching the same thing, but just from a different perspective. That's what all of us YouTuber coaches are doing. We're just teaching the same thing in a different perspective. Not one person is more powerful than the other. We're all powerful, all of us, including all the viewers. All the viewers are powerful. No one has any different power. So we're all just teaching it from a different perspective. That's it. That's all. So I always say go with who resonates with you, who you feel like, oh my God, I totally understand how she's talking or he's talking. I get it. It's almost like she's in my head, right? That kind of whatever just draws you to work with that person, whether it's me or someone else, whether it's a book or another book, right? You just go to what you're drawn to. But let's get back to this de-influencing idea, right? Because we get bombarded with information, whether it's about manifesting or about makeup or about cars or about your body or about celebrities. There's so much content out there, and it's almost like you got to pull the plug at some point. However, what I do understand about the human mind is that you have to find value in wanting to pull the plug. Because if I just tell you to pull the plug and stop listening to videos and books, and you're just like, why? Why should I listen to you? And good point. So humans need to find a value, a motivation to do something. When they find a motivation to take an action and do something, then they're more apt to do it. So if I tell you just stop doing this because I said so, you're going to be like, okay, I did it for like 2 hours and I can't handle it. I got to go do it again. So you have to find that value, that motivation within you as to why it'll benefit you. And that is what I want to share with you. So I'm busting out the little whiteboard, y'all. Okay, by the way, my dad was from Texas, so I have a little y'all in me sometimes still, I noticed. But I'm actually from San Diego, and my mom's Guatemalan. So anyway, that's not the point. So I divided these things. So this side is trying, this side is being and allowing, which is where all the magic happens. This side is where all the anxiety, frustration, depression, anger, and waiting happens. So I want you to see the difference, and this is your choice. I'm not telling you to do one or the other. I'm saying these are options, and you can create another whiteboard with more options, but I'm trying to boil it down very simple. On this side, de-influencing yourself from the 3D, what does that look like? Well, everyone, right? A lot of like videos you'll see is like everyone is doing it. Or, oh my God, like this channel has like 200,000 subscribers on it, so it must be the way. Everyone is on that channel. Everyone is doing it. Everyone is doing what she's saying or he's saying, or everyone is buying that makeup. Everyone is wearing those pants, right? If you guys watch TikTok, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So everyone is using that little machine or whatever, right? So you get into this everyone bandwagon, And you're right there giving away your power. You aren't going within. You are listening to everyone. Remember, everyone is just you. But when we come into this information, we don't realize it right away. So we get influenced by everyone, right? FOMO. If you don't do it, fear of missing out. Oh my God, if I don't have those pants, or I don't have that lip gloss, or I don't have that thing to curl my hair, or I don't have those shoes, or I don't have that car, or I don't have that bank account, or that person, or that spouse, I'm missing out. Then you go onto this venture to try to fulfill this thing so that you don't have this fear of missing out. Like, oh my God, I don't have anything to say on Instagram, or I don't have anything to show, or I don't have a date or +1. You fear of missing out and looking stupid, what other people are going to say about you. You have this fear of missing out some way. This is more being influenced and told what you need, what you should think. Also, listening to others. Remember, others is just you. But again, when we're coming into this information, a lot of people don't understand that others is you. I made this funny little short in Instagram post, reel rather, about when you realize that everyone is listening to your thoughts. And I'm just kind of poking fun at it because we all know what that really means, that everyone is just you. So yeah, everyone is listening to what you're thinking and they're responding to those things, whether you like it or not, because you are the God of your reality. So everyone is being influenced by your thoughts. Instead, that's what you want to remember, is that you are the one causing the influence. You don't want to be the one that is influenced by the 3D. Big difference. You get that? You want to be the one understanding and remembering that you are causing the influence on how people think and treat you and behave, and how everything, not just people, but everything, money, everything, success, your health. You want to remember that you are the one causing everything. You are causing the influence. You are influencing, okay? Instead of you sitting and being influenced by what everyone is telling you that you want, you should do, how you should think, how you should feel, and how you even should manifest. Do you see that? So, and then you have it, or it has an attitude of you need this course, you need these pants, you need this shirt, you need this hair, you need this person, you need this. And it's really, notice how it's really playing on your emotion, on your feelings, and really playing on this FOMO, right? It's really addressing your fears, the things that you're afraid of, and the top ones obviously are being broke, alone, and sick, and hungry, and all this bullshit, right? That plays heavily on this. And this is and when we're not aware, right, we are being influenced by the 3D if you are not stepping into your power. So how do we get de-influenced from the 3D? Now let's go over here. So this is going within to the I am. What does that look like? Watch the difference, okay? The I am, when you go within, what does it look like or feel like? It's quiet. It's calm. It's not telling you anything that you need anything, that you have to have it, that you're missing out. There's none of that going on. It's not anxious. In fact, you're not supposed to be anxious. Your true nature is zero anxiousness. Your true nature is quiet and calm. It's a choice. It always feels like it's a choice to let God. In other words, it's a choice. You're a vessel, and you are choosing to let God, or the I am, or the universe, to move through you. You decide, and you allow the being within you to move through you and cause you to act and do or think and feel different things. So you're the vessel that God moves through. Nudges. You experience more nudges than you do, this is in your face. You need this. You have to have this. Everyone is doing it. There's none of that. It feels like nudges, whispers. You're nudged to do. You're like, oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll do that. And then you get to decide if you're going to do it or not. But what happens is people place stories and fears on top of those nudges, and they're like, well, how's that going to happen? That doesn't make any sense. Why would I be doing this? doesn't have to make sense. These nudges within are very loving and quiet. And that's what I wrote here, love. It feels like love. Love is unconditional, and love isn't demanding or boastful or impatient or jealous or conceited or controlling. These are all over here. Do you see? Influencing you, trying to control you, change your mind, tell you what you need to buy, what you need to feel, what you need to do, how you need to do it, how you need to manifest. Otherwise it won't work. You got to do it. It worked for me. I have to do it. I'm just telling you that it worked. Do you see? No. It's just giving, sharing, loving. And, not my will, but yours be done. I am the vessel. In other words, so you're saying that I know that it's not my will. It's not that you don't have free will, right? But you're saying, I chose, and not my way, but your way, God. I'm going to go ahead and choose. And I understand that I don't understand. My ways are not your ways. Right? That's another Bible verse. My ways are not your ways. So I'm going to say not my way, but your way. And when you feel anxious and you're trying to make something happen by affirming or by taking actions or by checking or whatever, you're trying, you know what that feels like. It feels like this. It feels anxious, right? When you're allowing, when you're saying not my way, but your way, not my will, but your will, right? You're giving that up to that power within you that is quiet and calm and loving. It's not shouting at you. It's not demanding. It's not trying to force you to do anything. It's not trying to coerce you. In fact, it just sits there waiting for you with open arms for you to say, you know what? Your way. Your way is better because it's much nicer, easier, faster. And when you feel like you're over here, you already know, you're like, oh, I'm totally trying again. I got to remember, not my way, but your way. And if you focus on time and how and the problem and but this and but that, what am I situated? Now you're not over here. So do you see? It's very clear when you're allowing and when you're trying. And then the last one is follow my joy. Your roadmap, your guidebook, our roadmap, right, to allow is to follow your joy. And I actually heard that from Bashar a while ago, and he talks about how our following the breadcrumbs of joy or following your bliss, that's like the easiest, most almost like dumbfounding explanation on what our job is. It's like it's so easy that we're just like, well, how do I allow? And he literally says it, and all of these teachers say it, following your excitement, following your joy. What's the next thing that makes you happy? And remembering that you've already intended what you wanted, and you can affirm it or you can think of it, but for you to try to manhandle how it's going to happen, that's not saying your way. That is saying, oh no, my way. I'm going to do it my way by controlling it and thinking about it and affirming it 10,000 times. I'm going to do it my way. You're not allowing the I am to bring it to you. And at first it's going to feel like a big shift of effort you have to release, okay? It's going to feel like, oh my God, I have to totally like flip this around because I don't want to get in the way anymore. I choose to allow the I am to take over in here. I'm making a decision and I am being moved to do these things automatically. I don't even have to think about if I'm doing it right because it's all right. Every single thing I'm doing is right. And if you feel anxious, you can go right to, not my way, but your way. And you can pause and even remind yourself of this. I already tried this. I already tried this thing of trying and affirming and pushing and controlling and playing games with the mind and tricks and standing on my head and doing all this stuff. It's like, okay, that'll all work because you're so powerful, but under the whole point of us even waking up into realizing that we can manifest stuff is to remember that it's already ours. And all we're doing is literally stepping aside and allowing the I am to flow through us and bring it to us with very quick speed, by the way. if you step aside. And how do you step aside? Not my way, but thy way. Do you see? Not my way. And it'll take a little bit of your conscious practice at the beginning, not very much though, but remember, you know what it feels like when you're trying too hard. Only you know. Like, you can tell me and everybody else, I'm not doing it and I haven't been trying. You can do that all day long, but only you can feel when you're really relaxed and you're allowing the I am. You don't have to get into a meditative state. You don't have to do sats to do this. You don't have to light candles, and you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is decide, choose, not my way, but thy way, thy will be done, right? Or be still and know I am God. That be still is just like keep focusing on what it is that you desire, that end within, without that feeling of control and I got to keep doing and affirming, otherwise I'm not going to get it. Do you see the difference? So de-influence yourself from this 3D. This 3D doesn't have any power. It is literally reflecting your previous thoughts, your previous beliefs that you just have replaying on replay. It's like autoplay. It's like it's time to create a new playlist, you guys. If you guys do Apple or Spotify, there's a playlist that you guys got going on there. It's been going on for a long time. It's time to delete those playlists, those songs, those thoughts, and create a new playlist with how do I want to see manifesting? How do I want to approach who I am, and how do I see myself? What playlist, what songs would be in there? It would be a lot of chill music. Think about the difference. If you guys were going to create a playlist for this side and create a playlist for this side, can you imagine what difference the songs would, the words that it would be saying, how it would sound like, what it would feel like? Think about that. It's a whole different energy, a whole different vibe, not a conjured up energy, not a purpose, I'm going to do it by meditating energy, but it is a choice to allow this power within you just to take over. And remember, it's not going to be forced. It's not going to be controlled. It's going to feel easy. And yes, you can. You can tell yourself, I choose to make this easy for myself. I choose all of this to be fun and light and easy. I choose the I am. Okay? So I know that this video was helpful for you, and I love reading your comments. So thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for liking the videos. And thank you so much just for being here and sharing this time with me in The Rosey Life. We love you so, so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.